All right. Welcome, Jeannine. Tell us about you.
Well, my name's Jeannine Crooks, and I am the founder of Sled Dog Consulting, and which is a company that I just started last year after having spent many, many years with an affiliate network. And also, I've been in the affiliate industry for about 26 years now. So I've been an affiliate, I've been a merchant, I've been with a network. Now I'm an agency, kind of have seen all the different roles. So I feel like that's given me a pretty good perspective on kind of like how everything works from each person's vantage point because they're different. So, I love what I do. I'm
Uh,
blessed to be in this industry.
That is awesome. And congratulations on your new agency. How exciting. How is it going so far?
Oh my God. I have a dozen clients now,
Oh,
and
that's
I'm
awesome.
doing it by myself. So since my original goal was to have like 6 to 8, I'm a little busy, but I love it. I love it. And I have great people that I work with. My clients are just all amazing people, and that just really helps. It makes it a lot more fun.
That's
So,
awesome. Okay, all right. Let's talk about affiliate marketing.
okay.
What are some signals that will make a startup know that okay, affiliate marketing is a good idea for them?
Well, I think one of the most important things to do is really have a website that you are that you're sure is going to work well. Because I've seen some folks that have just like, here's my brand new website. I'm going to launch my affiliate program now. They have no idea what their conversion rate is. They have no idea kind of what some of the problems people might run into as they're trying to go through the shopping process. So I think it's important to pay attention to those metrics and see, okay, I've got somebody who landed on the home page, went to the second page, maybe put it in their shopping cart and stopped. Why did they stop? So try and figure out those sorts of things. Or they came to the website, they looked at like 5 or 6 different products, and then they just left. So make sure that you've got those kinds of things in place because an affiliate and a partner, either one, is going to look to try and see what your conversion rate is. What is your average order value? What's your EPC, your earnings per 100 clicks? Because that's all the stuff that they're going to try and pay attention to. They're going to want to know that, given their efforts, they're going to make X amount of dollars. And that's what the EPC can tell them. And so you need to know that as a website owner, as someone who's trying to sell, that you got a website that's going to actually sell the product. And so that I've seen a lot of folks that just like jump right in and then it's like, oh, my site's not working. That's not a good one to do.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing you need to make sure is that you've got sufficient margin to pay for the process because it's not an overnight, hey, I'm going to put up an affiliate program on Tuesday and by, next Saturday, I should be making money from it. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way with partners either. So you need to have the margin to be able to afford like all the fees that are going to be involved in it. You're going to need to have enough margin to be able to do like special promotions, maybe bonuses to your best performers. Maybe you need to offer to pay for some special promotions, like maybe if you wanted to get a special banner ad someplace or an extra social media mention, those cost. They all come with a cost. So you need to make sure you've got that. I think that one other thing that's really important is that the world knows that your company exists, at least within whatever your vertical is. Doesn't mean you have to be the leader in it, but hopefully there's been some chatter about it. People are excited about your project, your products, and feel like you're putting out something that's good out there. Because if you're selling a product that's not great, you only get to do that once, and then word of mouth will kill you. So, you want to have something where people are at least familiar with what it is that you do. And then I think the one of the last things though is to make sure that you've got sufficient staff to manage either an affiliate program or a partner program. Because even if you outsource it, you're still going to have some responsibilities. You still got to work with whoever you're outsourcing with because they're going to come to you with ideas that you then have to take the time to evaluate and say, I want to do this one and this one, or, yeah, I can afford that, but not this. So you have to be prepared to have that kind of time. So oftentimes, like a startup, they're so busy trying to put out 11,000 different fires, they're not quite ready yet.
Mm. Oh, that's a good point. So, all right, let's talk about affiliate strategy versus partner programs. What's the difference? How can a founder decide which way they want to try first?
Well, the way I usually look at it is a partner program is something that involves influencers, while an affiliate program, affiliates, it's a performance model, whereas the influencer model is more about awareness. And so, if you want to decide what your KPIs are before you pick which one of those you want to go to. But so with an influencer program, Usually you're working with somebody who's got an Instagram account or a Pinterest account or a TikTok account or a big Facebook account or something like that, or a blog that everybody reads, everybody within your niche. You don't always want to get pulled away though by the numbers. Just because somebody had a post that got 1.2 million views, take a look at their average post, because if all the rest have like 71, they just had one breakout post, but they may try and charge you as if every post was going to get 1 million views. I've seen that happen. So that's just kind of a little cautionary thing there for folks if they're considering an influencer program, a partner program. Know that when you're doing a partner program, you're going to probably have some sort of a fee involved with no guarantee of results beyond what you've listed that they're going to do. So, maybe it's going to be that they're going to do X number of posts or a YouTube video or social media promotions or whatever it is like that. Those are all things that you can specify in an influencer program. Whether those generate sales or not, there's no guarantees. The difference with an affiliate program is performance-based. So there, when your agreement with the affiliate is here, you're going to place my link on your affiliate site. And then when someone clicks through and does whatever action I've desired, whether that's a sale, whether that's a lead, whether it's just a click, I will pay you for that action. So it's performance-based, which I'm a bigger fan of. I'll be honest, I'm a bigger fan of that because I've always been kind of a metrics person. I want to see results. I want to know exactly how much money, came from this effort. And so, so that's what I'll do, is kind of watch for that. That's just the way that I go. So there'll be some fees that are associated with both and stuff like that, but it all ends up working out. So can we pause for
Okay.
just 1 second?
All right.
So one of the things that I think is really important if you're trying to decide between a partner program or an affiliate program is to decide what your KPIs are. So if awareness is the most important thing to you, that the world really gets to know about your product, then go with an influencer program, go with a partner program, because they can definitely get the eyeballs that are going to at least be able to find out you exist. And congratulations on that. With an affiliate program, if sales are more important, then you want to go with an affiliate program because it is performance-based. And so you're only going to pay based on generating those sales. One of the things that I meant to mention is that usually when you're working with a partner program, some sort of a fee will be involved. You are going to be paying them some money and there's no guarantee on what you're going to get for it beyond what they said that they would produce. Sometimes they're happy with just a free product, but usually that's like the really little guys. And even then they're going to ask for a couple $100 for doing it because the way they see it is they are investing their time and they feel that they should be rewarded for it right away. Affiliates kind of have a different mindset on that. They know that, they're going to put up a link and hopefully someone will click and hopefully someone will buy. They have a pretty good idea of, kind of how well their site performs. That's part of their job, so to speak, in running an affiliate site. So that's part of the reason why you want to make sure that you already know how your site converts, what your average order value is, all those kinds of things before you get started. So, and either way, if there's going to be any kind of an opinion involved, just as one little caveat on the side, especially if it's influencers, you want to make sure that they do a disclosure and identify that that you've paid them or that you've given them free product or whatever. If you're doing it in the US, the FTC is getting a little more aggressive on following up on those kinds of things. So make sure you stay compliant.
Wow, that's good to know. I still remember the days where people would pretend like it's an organic review or something like that. So I appreciate when people say, I was paid for this or I got a free item or something like that. So it
Right,
lets us know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, just a couple days ago, there was a lawsuit that was filed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're all going to sit back and kind of watch the results of that, but it was one where there wasn't disclosure.
Okay.
And, I don't know.
Well,
It could be very, I'll put it that way.
all right. Let's see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So we're talking to the founders, and the founder is interested. They're looking for different ways to promote their products or their whatever they're selling. But how can they know that maybe I can test this out? What is an MVP? Like, what is the minimum viable setup that they need to be able to start testing out affiliate programs or influencer partner program?
Okay, good question. Good question. The first thing that you need to keep in mind is that there's going to be some sort of a network integration fee. And that goes in both directions. So if you're on an affiliate network, I mean, I've seen it for, $750 to $1,000. I've seen it as high as like 4,000 and 5,000. So you may not be ready to start right off with those guys. Then you're going to have kind of a monthly minimum cost, and then you're going to have a commission override. And the way the commission override works in affiliate marketing is usually it's like 20 to 30% of whatever the commission is that was paid to an affiliate. So as an example, if you had a $100 sale with a 10% commission, you would end up paying $10 to the affiliate and probably $2 or $3 to the affiliate network on top. So the whole thing might cost you $13 out of that $100 to do it. And of course, that varies by commission rate and stuff, but it's the same general concept all along the way. You're probably going to have an integration fee as well if you choose to go the partner program route, because usually most people end up working with something like an influencer network. Trying to negotiate those kinds of deals on a one-on-one basis can be very difficult and very time consuming. So, you want to really make sure that you've got somebody who can show you, here's our list of influencers, this is what range they've got, what reach they've got, and what their normal response rate is. If you're looking at a partner program, you want to make sure to see what kind of engagement they get. So, how many people, saw the article, how many people read the article, how many people clicked for more information or clicked to see more or whatever it is, so that you can get some sense of how many people when reading it actually respond. Because, it's not hard to pay for, 1 million people and discover that 27 came through, because it wasn't tight enough, it wasn't your target audience, whatever along those lines. So anyway, that's what I would recommend there. If you're going to go to an influencer network, a lot of times they will have an integration fee as well. I've seen them for as low as like $1,000, but I've seen them to be like $3,000. That's a fee that's not a one-time fee the way it is on an affiliate network. It's a fee that usually you have to pay on an annual basis. And then in addition to that, you'll be paying each individual influencer usually a fixed rate. And you can find out what that rate is in advance through the platform. I've seen them for just a couple $100 up to several $1,000, for the folks that have a bigger audience. And I'm not saying that that's not worth it. You just need to make sure that they have the right audience for you and for your product. So, usually you can pick somebody and say, I want her because she talks to parents, or this particular person talks to skateboarders or whatever. But I will tell you, I had somebody whose client insisted on paying a lot of money to somebody who became really famous for this video. Wasn't it just going to be cool? This was his favorite drink and he was going to drink it no matter what. And so he did a post on it, no effect, because he was not an established influencer to generate that kind of activity. So everybody's like, oh, he drinks that too, great. They didn't matter. So you really want to make sure on engagement if you're going to choose to go the partner program route. And then be prepared to pay to get that kind of engagement, that kind of attention from the influencer.
Wow. Okay, so it makes me want to just talk about some of the mistakes that people make when they're trying to engage with an influencer or an affiliate. What are some mistakes that we can avoid so that we're not throwing money at people and not getting the results we want?
Well, I think part of it is just so many people get excited about it and they jump in too soon. You really need to know that your website is working and that you've got some traction already with that before you go on. So, know that you're getting regular sales, know that you're getting regular clicks, know that your social media is engaging and that people are coming in through it. Because, I've seen some sites where it's just like, I'm sorry, but you're not converting. And oh man, I mean, I've seen sites where we've sent literally thousands of clicks without a single sale. And it's really hard, and I hate for that to happen to people. So if that's happening to you, until you know that you're converting on a regular basis, don't start either a partner program or an affiliate program. I think that, one of the other things too to know is that, it's for an affiliate program especially, it's going to take a little while to get traction. It may take 3 to 6 months before you start seeing sales. So a lot of people, like I said before, think that they're going to jump in and I'm going to go ahead and start doing this because I'll make the money from the sales to pay for it for next month. No, you want to make sure that you're well funded for it. I will tell you that on both, you need to have kind of a long-term view of it. It's not something like, Google Ads or something where you can turn them on, turn them off. It doesn't work that way. You can't just say, I'm going to pause the program for a month. It doesn't work that way. You need to have time for things to kind of get settled. I mean, you may get faster results with an influencer, but don't count on that being sales. It may just be eyeballs that are coming to find and learn about your program. And that could be very, very useful. I mean, that definitely can play a role in everything. But that's kind of the thing that I've seen is that people are not funded enough to do it, and they don't know well enough how their website converts. So, you kind of want that, because I think bottom line, even when you're working with a partner program, is you want sales. You want stuff that's going to lead to sales, whether it's right away or longer, kind of it helps pay the bills to sell stuff. So those are the kinds of things that I would really recommend.
Okay, that makes sense. I love how you said it helps pay the bills. I mean, that's why you're in business, to make sales. Okay. So my next question then would be, here's someone who feels like they're prepared, they have the funding, and they launch their affiliate program and no one's interested. So, or maybe a handful of people are interested. What would you say is important to have a good partner program that would make people interested, that would make people, or an affiliate program that would make people interested, that would make people participate and make it lucrative for everybody involved?
Sure. And those are all kinds of things that matter. So you want to make sure you've got a competitive commission rate. It doesn't have to beat everybody else, but it needs to be fair. If everybody else is doing 15%, you don't have to do 25, but don't do, 6. It just doesn't work that way. You've got to be competitive, especially if you're a new program. A lot of times when someone is just getting started, they'll have some sort of a launch bonus. So maybe it's, generate your first sale within 60 days, and I'm going to give you an extra $10 or $25 or whatever that might be. Or my normal commission is 10%, but for the first 90 days, we're going to offer 15%. Something that's going to draw attention to your program. So it's those kinds of things where they feel like it's going to be good. I would say that when you're presenting your program to a prospective affiliate, tell them kind of the information that I was just talking about earlier. What is your average order value? What is your EPC? For 100 clicks, how many sales can they expect? Because then they can calculate what kind of commission they're going to make. Is it worth my time to try and make this money? So they're going to look at things like that. I think there's a couple other things that are very important to have. One is to have kind of constant promotional opportunities. And so that's things like different products that are on sale, or free shipping, or you get save this much money if you buy this much in product. Those kinds of things. And they don't always have to be a discount, but it has to be something that's newsworthy. Something that's going to get the affiliate excited and say, okay, I know I've got these, 6 different affiliate programs to promote. I'm going to choose these guys because I can talk about them now. So maybe there was a new product that just got launched, or something like that, or something that people have been waiting on, or some new feature. I mean, there's an endless list of things that you can do, but it's important to have those kinds of offers or events that are going on, so that the affiliates have something to talk about and the influencers have something to talk about. That's going to matter as well. I mean, I've had some merchants who have very successfully made up a sale, spring cleaning, or, spring fitness time, or whatever it is. Be a little bit creative and come up with some different things that are going to, kind of catch the imagination of the reader. And that's going to matter, because that gives the influencer or the affiliate something to work with. So, but it doesn't always have to be like this major discount. It doesn't have to be 25% off. Talk about what's on your clearance items. You can do that, because there's probably some people that wanted to buy that, but they wanted the price to come down just a little bit. Oh, it's on sale now. Okay, I'm ready to buy. Those kinds of things. Or people may not have even known you had a clearance section. got all of those different factors that you can kind of turn into some kind of an offer that's going to, make it exciting. If you're working with a partner program, by the way, I would also try and do some sort of a custom offer for them. So whether it's a coupon that incorporates their name, so it might be, Pulse 22 and you save 22% on something because you came in through Pulse. Or, some sort of a free gift. If you go ahead and buy now, all of my listeners or readers are going to get an extra whatever along with it. Maybe, if it's makeup, maybe you get an extra little sample kit of some other product or something like that. Just something. People will do a lot just to get a free gift. They will buy extra to hit that threshold to get the free gift. Even if they didn't really need it, it's just so enticing because I'm going to get it for free. Even if it just costs me an extra 20 bucks, I'm going to get it for free. So, there's those kinds of things that you can do there. The other thing that I would say is that, if you can have something, just something extra special that you can talk about, whether you're working with an affiliate or a partner program, something that's going to help them differentiate you from all of your competitors. I think that those are important things to do, to just try it and make it there, because I've got some clients where they are one in a field that's crowded, and they've got some really stiff competition who has done a ton of TV advertising and, has almost become, kind of the way it's not tissues anymore, it's Kleenex, you know. But by having that extra little feature or that extra little bonus or that extra little giveaway, they can still find an audience. They can still find people that want to promote their product because, yeah, that one's really great, but mine has this and that doesn't. So, look for those kinds of things to be able to offer to your affiliates, to your partners, so that they've got a story they can tell to their readers.
And I love that you use examples of different types of companies, because especially like the e-commerce, it's so easy to use. But I'm also thinking like this applies to software companies. I worked with different companies that had affiliate programs, and they were able to give bonuses and give clearance items, quote unquote, and all of those things. So that was super exciting to see as well.
Good. Yeah. I mean, because it really does matter, to have those kinds of things. And, I mean, when somebody goes out and starts a company, they're doing it because they have built the proverbial better mousetrap. So, spread the word on why that's the better mousetrap. And, that's your specific little thing that you can go out there and tell everybody why they want to buy you as opposed to your 71 other competitors, and emphasize that, part of, I think, what also makes a really good program, whether it's an influencer program, partner program or an affiliate program, is to educate your affiliates or your partners on there, because help them understand why you are so amazing. And so I'll send out a series of emails just to say, look at how this works. Look at how that works. Did you know you could do this? Did you know you could do that? Give them stuff to get excited about, because if they get excited about it, their readers are going to get excited about it and want more information and hopefully come and make a purchase. So.
I like that. Okay. Well, can you share one example of a startup that used affiliate marketing and they made progress, and maybe what they did that worked? I think we can all learn from examples.
Well, there's a couple different things, but sometimes it's like Fabletics. It was just like all of a sudden, boom, they're bigger than the world. Now they had the advantage of being well funded. So they were doing, kind of TV commercials and all sorts of other things at the same time. They were doing a PR campaign at the same time to try and get the word out. I know that not everybody has that kind of a budget, but being able to, as a product, go into, you should know where your audience lives. So, like different games and stuff like that. They learned about Twitch pretty fast. They found the right influencer on Twitch who loved to play that kind of game, and they would work with them individually and say, show people how you play this game. And, boom, sales exploded. That was because they knew their market. They knew who to go to. With Fabletics, I mean, put Kate Hudson on and a pair of tight whatever those, I don't dare wear them because I would scare small children. It's been a long time since I'm going to wear anything like that. Leggings are not a good look on me, but put Kate Hudson in them and everybody pays attention because everybody thinks that they have her type of tushy. So, I can look like that too, sort of thing, and so it's talking to your audience where they're at. Oh, that's going to help make it explode. Sometimes it's the hot new toy that everybody wants to have. Boom. I have seen affiliates literally create an entire website around something new that's new and hot, or like when Harry Potter first came out. Oh my goodness, there were all these Harry Potter websites right away because they knew that everybody's going to be searching on Harry Potter and could they rank on this term or that term and be able to sell your own pretend wand or whatever it was like that. So there's been those types of programs that can just explode like that if you've got the hot new thing. So you kind of need to keep that in mind when you're looking at anything like that.
Wow.
But I want to set realistic goals because I think it's more important. It's not impossible for you to succeed quickly, but be funded and be prepared that it may take a little bit longer because you may get a lot of excitement, kind of the thing that I was saying before, you might get a lot of eyeballs. You might get a lot of people that come and, check out your site and stuff like that, but they're not quite ready to make that purchase. So, that's why the KPIs matter. Are you looking for eyeballs? Are you looking for sales? You got to decide.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if a founder has people who are already excited about the software or the program or the product,
Mhm.
or some people that are already talking about the product because it's wonderful. How can they turn that into an affiliate program or an influencer program?
If they're not quite ready to start on an official platform and pay for all those integrations and stuff like that, I've seen people do it on an Excel spreadsheet. So, what I would say is make sure you've got some way to identify the source of where the traffic or the sale initiated. So maybe that's a unique coupon code, or, if you can see kind of all the referring URLs along the way, then do that and literally keep it on an Excel spreadsheet and just kind of check your statistics every day to see how many came from this link and where did they go to on your site? What did it lead to? So, maybe it's not fancy. Maybe it doesn't have great tracking. Um, if you've got people that are in love with your product, they will overlook things like that just to be able to do it. And they're going to be like, hey, I already love this product and now you're paying me to tell people about it. Okay, and go with it. So if you've got some super users, love them. Take very good care of them and figure out a way to compensate them. So that's what I would do is just, start it as the most rudimentary kind of version of it, which an Excel spreadsheet really is. But if you can track it enough to where they feel that they're being fairly compensated for all the love that they're showing to your product, you can start and grow from there. And I've seen that be very successful as well. I've seen that a lot, especially in like the fitness industry. If you have this new protein powder that, some MMA fighter just thinks is the best thing ever, they were stronger or whatever, and they're willing to say, yes, I will support your program, your product. I will tell people about it because I think it's so great. Just take the next step. I've seen it that way. I saw somebody get really successful who was making hair barrettes, just little like flowers, that you could put into a child's hair. But they just were so cute that one mom was telling another mom was telling another mom, or whatever. And, before they knew it, they were selling out on some of their models. So, if you can take advantage of word of mouth, do that. It's a good way to get started. And it's going to give you a sense of whether or not that's a direction you want to go to keep growing. Is a partner program going to work for me? Is an affiliate program going to work for me? Okay, referrals seem to be doing the trick. Let's make it happen on a bigger scale.
Oh my goodness, Jeannine, time has gone by so quickly. I know we could still talk about this for hours and hours and hours, but I want people to be able to reach out to you if they have more questions. So what's the best way for them to connect with you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. I think I'm still the only Jeannine Crooks on there. Make sure you spell it right, Jeannine, because I think there's somebody on there who only has one N. So, feel free to reach out to me on on LinkedIn as Jeannine Crooks. I've also got sleddogconsulting.com. It's not the prettiest site, but I've been too busy to spend any time on it. But you can contact me through there. So please feel free to do so. I think that those are the two best ways. or just Jeannine at sleddogconsulting.com. And I look forward to talking with everybody about my favorite topic, affiliate marketing. So I welcome anybody who wants to reach out and contact me.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much, Jeannine.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.